Do I feel responsible that someone that played shoot 'em up video games on a bunch of drugs, went and killed a bunch of kids, and then the internet questioned it and I covered that? No, I don't feel responsible, and I don't apologize anymore. I'm done. I don't apologize I killed the kids.
Was there a definitive?
No, I killed them.
There's yet another example of Alex Jones proving to the world that he is in desperate need of some therapy, mental health care. He is losing it, and that was his reaction to a simple question about the defamation lawsuit that he lost when the family members of Sandy Hook victims decided to file a lawsuit against him after he claimed that they were crisis actors and that the children who were slaughtered in the Sandy Hook massacre weren't even real. So as we've reported multiple times, he did lose he lost all the defamation lawsuits. He's dealing with multiple lawsuits as a result of his coverage on the issue. And in early August, the conspiracy theorist was ordered to pay $45.2 million in punitive damages to Sandy Hook parents Neil Heslin and Scarlett Lewis at the conclusion of an Austin, Texas defamation trial. The jury awarded $4.1 million in compensatory damages. Jones also owes an additional $1.5 million in fines. Now, in total, this has left Jones owing more than $50 million for claiming that the Sandy Hook shooting was staged by crisis actors. I should also note, we got to figure out what the damages will be in the next several lawsuits with other Sandy Hook parents involved. We'll figure that out a little later after the trials continue. Now, Jones did his best to pretend like he's the victim in all of this. Let's watch.
I don't think
I killed him. First Amendment killed him. Get rid of the Second Amendment, get rid of the First Amendment. They're bad. They killed the kids too. George Washington killed him. Jesus killed him. We should rename the whole planet Sandy Hook. Everything. There should be holidays. We should bow 5 times a day to New Haven, Connecticut for the kids that died. Every American's to blame. Every gun owner's to blame. I'm to blame. We're all guilty. To Bloomberg and Soros, turn our guns in. Turn our guns in. I know, I did it. I killed them. I killed them. I killed them. I know, I killed them. So I'm done talking about it.
Do you really want to buy supplements from that guy? Just think about it, Cenk.
Yeah, first of all, it's Newtown, not New Haven. He doesn't even know that. Okay, that's the most minor point. Look, guys, it's such an obvious strategy. Cop pulls you over and says, "Sir, were you speeding?" You go, "Oh yeah, I ran over 7 people on the way. That's what I did."
Yeah.
Cop's like, "What? I didn't ask you if you ran over 7 people. I asked if you were speeding." Right, but a lot of his audience is just extremes, right? So they can't think in gray at all. It's just black and white. So if you say, hey, maybe you shouldn't have said that the parents who had their kids murdered were crisis actors, and that they were faking it, and that they were actually trying to take your guns away, that they were the real bad guys, and you should chase them all around the country and threaten their lives. Maybe you shouldn't have said that, even though you didn't kill the kids. It doesn't mean that you killed the kids. It means you did something else terrible, right? But the minute he does that absurd line of attack, I guarantee you every Alex Jones fan was like, oh yeah, I bet the liberals are saying he killed the kids, and he didn't kill the kids. I saw him, he was there that day. But nobody said he killed the kids. All right, but he's touchy. I mean, it's obvious, and I don't blame him. He lost $45 million, right? So he's very, very touchy. But he didn't think that you didn't think you were going to get asked about that.
And it's not over for him, right? So the damages have been determined in one of the lawsuits. He's facing several other lawsuits involving other parents who lost their children in the Sandy Hook massacre and were lied about by Alex Jones. By the way, he mentions the First Amendment and the Second Amendment because he purports to be a warrior for those constitutional amendments, free speech and right to bear arms in a well-regulated militia, but of course they always leave that part out of it. You still have access to all the guns you want, okay? So, and there have been more mass shootings, many more mass shootings, including the mass shooting that happened in Uvalde at Robb Elementary School. You still have access to whatever guns you want, right? Okay, so the other thing is the First Amendment. I can't stand how many public figures in this country don't know what our Constitution says, what it entails, what speech is protected, what speech isn't protected. The reason why defamation lawsuits exist, Alex Jones, is because defamation is not protected speech. You can't go around lying about people and claiming that they're crisis actors who are faking the deaths of their children to take guns away from law-abiding citizens, which is exactly what he did. The government cannot interfere in your speech or punish you for your speech unless it is speech that is not protected by the Constitution, like defamation or inciting violence. Hate speech is protected, okay? So you can say whatever Nazi garbage you want to say, and the government can't punish you for that. But the government absolutely can punish you in the form of, determining through a trial what damages you owe to a party you have defamed, lied about, slandered maliciously.
Yeah, and so in the midst of all those trials, in order to try to protect himself, mainly protect his money, Alex Jones said, now he knows that they weren't crisis actors and he's sorry about it.
Is he?
Did he look sorry? Because you see what he said there? We should pray towards Connecticut 5 times a day, like it's Mecca, right? We should do a holiday. Like he's still being flippant about Sandy Hook. All those kids died, there's zero remorse over it, none. To him, he's like, who cares about those mutilated kids dead lying in their pool of blood? I wanna have fun, I wanna have a gun. Hey, by the way, I've got a question for you. Sandy Hook shooter, was he in a well-regulated militia? Because I might have missed that part of the story. How about the shooter in Uvalde? Was he part of a well-regulated militia? No. Well, I know. Right-wingers can't read or write. They don't know the English language. Read the Second Amendment. It says a well-regulated militia being necessary. And then it's the rest of the amendment. It is for a well-regulated militia. None of them are part of a well-regulated militia. None of them are. But they're just like, nope, I can't read. It's okay, I don't speak English.
There is one more clip from this unhinged interview, so brace for impact. Let's watch.
Can we talk about the trial at all?
There's nothing to talk about. Let me tell you, I don't know if I can do this interview right now. You liking it?
I don't think you should keep doing that.
What? Dude, I murdered those children. I did. I killed them myself.
Still not a funny thing to say. Yeah, I get the point, but it's just like,
Okay, I don't get it.
No, I think he nailed the interview. I think he really did himself a favor there.
That was interesting to see that there is an Infowars employee who is not insane. And what a like actor Alex Jones is. Isn't that ironic? Because he comes off stage there, but he's still got his mic on, he doesn't know it. And he says to his own employee, he says, how do you like how it's going so far? He's pretending to be super outraged a minute ago.
Yeah.
He walked off the stage of the interview, but he's like, hey, how am I doing? How am I doing? Because it's all an act to him.
You nailed it, Alex. You really did.
Yeah.
You did great.
Yeah, you look just as unhinged as you always have. Nailed it, right? And the employee's like, it's not funny, man. Please stop saying that. And he's like, nope, I want to say it. Okay, all right, go for it. See how it turns out. Seriously, right-wingers, all of your leaders are lunatics. Enjoy. I mean, that's what you signed up for. Alex Jones, Donald Trump, Herschel Walker. They're all mental.
Also,
Glenn Beck, you name it. You just have fun, go crazy in the asylum, literally.
Also, does anyone genuinely believe that these prominent right-wing public figures care about children? I mean, think about how he's talking about this terrible tragedy and how furious he is that he would ever be held accountable for lying about the parents who lost their little children, their 5-year-old son.
Just a verifiable monster. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.